Welcome back to the Buds in the Box podcast. Canada beat the Czech Republic 6-3 in the opening game of the World Juniors tournament. It was a very weird game, I'll tell you that. It was 3-1 for the Czech Republic at one point in the first period, and then it ended up being 6-3 somehow. So sloppy, undisciplined. What are you guys' thoughts? No thoughts?
No, we both just closed our eyes for the entire game. So
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
Plug my ears.
Nah, it was like a fun game to watch, whatever. It was decent. No Leafs prospects, so I don't really care about the Canada games. But what? No, there's no Leaf prospects, so I'm like, whatever.
It's not like he doesn't live here or anything.
Okay, yeah, just the flag behind you, just nothing.
What flag?
That's
Behind
behind me.
Oh,
Spotify listeners are punching air.
This
because there's so many of those.
listeners are
Nah, it was a fun game to watch. I mean the power plays were like just like the game changers, but otherwise the goalie sucks. Both goalies were bad.
Yeah.
And what else? The D are pretty good. Gould is like super physical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Leafs actually took Amirov one pick before Gould went. Gould, whatever. So I don't know. Watching that game, I was like, he looks pretty good. Like he's a big physical D, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, they're not easy to come by like that, and he's just such a high skill. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it was a decent game. It was okay to watch. It was fun. The D scored 5 of the 6 goals.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That was something that was surprising. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. We're probably gonna get into it, but McTavish's goal, I thought it was sick. Just his domination on the puck looked like an NHL play with a bunch of junior players, which pretty much what it was.
Pretty much is, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, a couple toughies for Garand. Like I don't know. It was like that. Okay, that one where he went through the legs and undressed our defenseman, and then he went.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's embarrassing to let in, but that was sick. Like that was
Who was that? Who was that defenseman? I think he scored after number 3.
Oh, Zellweger or whatever.
Yeah. Zellweger or whatever.
Zellweger, yeah, something like that.
Zellweger or something.
Yeah.
He looked bad there.
Yeah. I mean, they made it same with Power on the 2-on-1. Bro, this guy let 2 passes. That's like the last thing you want to do.
You don't let 2 passes get across on a 2-on-1. It's like you learn it in like type. You either take the shot or you take the pass.
Yeah.
To let 2 passes get across is nuts.
Yeah. I'm sorry to rain on Owen Power's parade, but like we've talked about him on the podcast a few times. Fella, you've played against him. You've scored a game-winning goal against him.
Come on. That's not a big deal. It's nothing.
Owen Power is unbelievable offensively. I mean, his offense reminds me of like something like Erik Karlsson in his prime. But when this guy is on the defensive end, I'm sorry, but he's a pylon. Like
there's not, you know what? Like nothing against him. You're right. Like he's a good D man. He offensively looks great. I think he's not that like build of like the classic offensive defenseman. When you look at Makar, Hughes, even like
Fox.
Morgan Riley, Adam Fox, right? They're all like kind of like 6 feet and just like super fast, and just kind of like rush the puck. He's not like really fast. He's huge and he has really good vision, but like he's not that like typical. I kind of look at him like, oh, he kind of looks like Darnell Nurse type of thing.
That's actually great. That's a great comparable. Like,
yeah,
that's perfect.
Like Darnell Nurse is huge. He has good shot, big shot from the point, gets points and goals, but like, he's not like super fast. He's not like rushing the puck all the time. And he's just like, he just does his job. And that's basically Owen Power. It's like, he was the first overall pick because he's the safest pick you can get in that draft. Like if you watch that game, well, this game specifically, I mean, he had 3 goals and obviously that's good. 2 of his goals were not the greatest. Well, the tap in was like he was in the right spot at the right time, and then the other one was just like kind of a shot from the boards. But if you watch like Mason McTavish that game, right? So the third overall pick compared to the first overall pick, I think a lot of people would be like, if your team needs offensive help, Mason McTavish is like, right? Because he was the third pick and compared to the first, right? So it's like, who would you rather? It's like Mason McTavish could turn out to be really good and like do things like he was doing in the NHL, but he also could not, right? And then Owen Power basically is going to do that in the NHL. Like he's just going to be a solid like defenseman. He's going to stay like, he's going to get better, but he's just going to stay on like a line like that for his career.
Yeah. That's a good point.
A guy
like why they traded like Ristolainen, and they already have Dahlin, right? So like those big defensemen, like, I mean, it was more like not like a shocker, but because like you said, that's a safe pick. But with all their big decor kind of thing, like they're just gonna take another big defenseman kind of thing, and then right with McTavish, like it's like you said, I mean, he's just under a point per game in the AHL, and then when they sent him back, he went and now he's a point per game in the O. Like but that's a risk, right?
Yeah. The thing is, like with a guy like McTavish, you can obviously see, like just watching that game, he's just got raw skill. Like he's just unbelievable. Same with Power, and same with everyone in the World Juniors, because it's the World Juniors.
Yeah.
But like for like a first overall pick compared to like a third overall pick, right? There's not that big a difference. Usually there is between the first and the second and the third. But like in this draft, for example, like for Power, the difference between like Power and McTavish is like not super different. What's this guy
nothing
at? Like McTavish is just like his career, it could be like 1 year he does okay, and then he's gonna have like 100 points, right? And then like the next year he'll have like 20, it's like it'll it can vary, right? So but a guy like Power is just always gonna stay kind of like consistent, right?
See, Ray Ferraro was absolutely stroking him off. I mean, when they found out that stat, that was the first D-man from Canada to score a hat trick, they were just like, Buffalo fans, every time this guy touches the puck, you're getting happier and happier. But like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, Buffalo, you just drafted a taller Ristolainen. Like that's all that he did.
See, here's the thing. He's better than Ristolainen skill wise. Like he's less physical, but he's like he's much more skilled and like has a better, I would say he has better skating ability. He he's good. He's good in a lot of situations. Defensively, obviously needs work. He's 19. He's our age, right? So he's obviously going to need some work at everything. But then you look at it and you go, okay, Jamie Drysdale, right? Also an 02, same age as Owen Power. He's in the NHL. The reason that he's not on this World Junior team is because he's a top 4 defenseman on the Anaheim Ducks. So like there's a big gap between like a guy like Drysdale and a guy like Power. Power's a first overall pick. Drysdale was 8th or 9th or something like that. And like Drysdale's already making crazy moves in the NHL, right? Compared to Power, who's no, again, no throwing shade at the guy, but he's got some work to do.
Yeah, we're talking.
Some guys will take longer to develop.
Yeah, we're talking about all these guys now. We don't know how they're going to turn out in 5 years. Like it's almost random at this point.
Yeah,
we'll let the NHL scouts do their job. There was also a little bit of goaltending issues, Jude. I know you're a goaltender.
Thanks.
What just especially with Kosa playing so bad in the Russia game. What do you think about the goalie situation this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, Kosa seemed like the safe bet kind of thing, right? He's Power's height. He's 6'6". He's a huge frame. Like he's 2
That's Josh Allen's height as well.
He can rip a football too. You seen Kosa? He's back there. He's like no one's business. Allen I still can't believe he's that tall. Like just when you look at Allen, you're like, that guy's got to be 5'8", like 100%.
Allen?
Like just no, but when you look at him, like when you physically,
Josh Allen is like 260 pounds.
I know, but like when you look at him, you think he'd be behind a barbecue with like white shoes and like jeans on.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Like with a tank top, and he's like, I don't know, maybe. maybe like average height. And then like,
That's true.
dude, when you told me he's 6'6", I was like, holy shit. But yeah, Kosa's built like a string bean. So like he's like 214 or something like that. Like low 200s and 6'6". Like you're gonna be pretty skinny. And bro, there was somebody that was 6'3" and weighed as much as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know who. Oh, the opposing goalie, Malik. Malik was 6'3", 150.
Oh, I missed it. Matthew Nye scored.
No way.
He scored, bro. I missed it. No.
But yeah.
He scored on the power play. All right, whatever.
The end of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we won't. But yeah, I mean, between like, I think it's the other one, but I don't know what his name is. Boucher. I don't know. Do you know the other one's name? Brule?
The other goalie?
Who?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Here, I'll tell you right now.
he's like he came. I'm pretty sure he came from Junior A or like a league that you wouldn't really expect.
His name is Brochu.
Brochu. Yeah. So he it was him and Garand who dressed. Kosa did not dress for this game.
Oh, really?
Right? So that's something you got to take into consideration. Kosa got drafted wasn't it like top 20 to Detroit? Didn't he go like 20th or 30th?
Yeah, he went pretty high.
Oh, so
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Kosa went high to Detroit and got cut after the first skate. And then he came to us. Literally, we signed him first goalie. And then he played in one game, got pulled, and now he didn't even dress for the second. So, I mean, and always in the World Juniors, you don't really expect to have a goalie like Levi, a goalie that comes out there and puts up 1 goals against. Because like Felly said, there's the skill gap. There's just the overall shooting. Like McTavish's shot is just ridiculous as opposed to somebody like, I don't know, like 16-year-olds in it. Like
the thing is,
Bedard has a nasty shot.
The thing is, that goalies, like, this tournament is really good for player.
Yeah.
Player
development, scouting.
word exposure.
Yeah. That's good.
And like it's like a really good showcase because there's not a lot of defense being played. Like it's always like that. Because players tend to develop in the early 20s, right? The NHL for hockey prime is like 27 years old, right? So that's like when you're in your prime at 27. In other sports, football, for example, like you enter the league after 2-3 years of university. So you're 21, 22, right? So and then NBA, it's even like earlier. It's like players are good at 18, 19, right? So it's like for hockey, for players, it's like they're getting into the league at like 20, 21 and making a name for themselves. Whereas goalies, there's no goalie in the NHL that literally jumps in as an 18-year-old and is good until they're 35.
Unless
it's not like that.
That's like once in generation goalies.
What?
It's once in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Luongo and Fleury.
It's like, sure, right? Those two, but even they obviously have had mishaps, years where they're really bad. Not really bad, but just bad, right? So it's like for goalies, you can really never tell. Like, look at Jack Campbell. He's 27 now, and he's just getting good.
Isn't he older?
Is he older than that?
I think he is older.
I don't know.
Quick fact check.
Keep going, fella.
Yeah, keep going.
A guy like Jack Campbell, high draft pick, super high draft pick, first round, 10th overall or something, and is just now becoming a starting goalie, a really good starting goalie. But there's very few guys. Like Vasilevsky is really good, has
low draft pick.
Is on a really good team, right?
And
so it's just like
right?
There's no sure things with goalies, and like when you watch Askarov play, it shows because he's bad. He's bad, and he was a 13th overall. What was he? The
7th? Wasn't he 7th overall?
Askarov?
Yeah. Did he not go 7th?
No,
I think it was like 13.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or 12 to Nashville.
Yeah. He went to Nashville.
Yeah, he doesn't look very good. But then again, this guy, he's like the 10th or whatever pick, and then in 6 years he could be the best goalie in the NHL. But right now in the World Juniors, he just doesn't look good. anyways, point being made is that the goalies in this tournament are way less developed than the players because goalies develop slower. That's it. These are all the best players in the world compared to the best goalies, but the best goalies are just not as good. That's it. They're good against other players of lower caliber in the WHL or the OHL or whatever league they play in, right? But compared to these players are all the best players under 19 years old or under 20 years old. They're,
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's just not comparable. So that's why there's such high scoring games.
Yeah, I mean, you do look at Levi. Levi had like one of the most historic seasons for a goalie
right.
in the world.
But where is he now?
He's playing in NCAA. He's getting
there you go.
another 3-4 years to develop, and even like that, he's going to play back tonight.
And then Spencer Knight.
Spencer
Knight also.
Yeah, Spencer Knight is also. He's had some terrible games this season.
Yeah, well, he came in quick. He thought he could, like, Florida thought, oh, well, you played great in the World Jays. Come into the NHL. He didn't have a bad season. He comes in and now he's in the AHL, right?
You know what? It's just that's just how being a goalie is for these guys. It's just no goalie jumps right into the NHL. Like there's no Connor McDavid of goalies. Even Marner. Let's take a guy like top pick, right? Takes 1 year after getting drafted and then is just steadily good, right? There's no goalie that's going to jump in at 19, 20 and just be good all the way. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, Carter Hart was one of them. He was really bad.
Carter Hart was supposed to be like that. Had one really good season, and this year he's had a pretty bad season. Yeah. Binnington jumped in as a 25-year-old and was really good. That's 25 compared to these. Mason McTavish is 18. So, like, think about it, how good McTavish looks in the World Juniors compared to probably Binnington, right, 5 years ago or 7 years ago when he was
in the World Juniors, but he wasn't anything special.
There you go. So, like, he just didn't stand out, but then he gets to the NHL and he wins he stands out, right? So
7 years later, right?
Depends, right? It's just like you can't, But Matthew Nyes, though. No, I'm kidding.
We can't bring him up. We can't bring him up. This is only for Canada.
No, I'm bringing up all the Leafs prospects that I think are going to be good.
Okay.
Are we talking about that?
Why don't we just have another prospect? Wait.
Yeah, we can make another prospect video.
Okay, but let's quickly bring up the guys in the World Juniors at least, because this is a World Junior video.
Is Ty Voigt playing?
No.
Okay.
Ty Voigt's too old. I think he's a 99 or a 2000.
Yeah, you might be right.
Let's just check on that, actually.
Okay. Well, while you're saying that, I just wanted to talk about one thing quickly.
Yeah,
hard shoes to fill last year. Devin Levi obviously played unbelievable. This year's goalie tandems look a little bit shaky. Who knows? Maybe that third goalie even comes in.
The third goalie was originally supposed to be the starter. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who?
Costa. Costa's our third goalie.
No, I meant the other guy that didn't.
Boucher or whatever.
Yeah, Brochu or whatever.
Brochu, yeah.
But another speaking of shoes to fill, another guy who has big shoes to fill. Another two guys actually, Shane Wright and Connor Bedard. Now tonight, Bedard was known as the 13th forward coming into the tournament, obviously being the 16-year-old, and they obviously want to play the older players. But after the first period, he did play like 2 minutes in the first, but then he started working his way up into that top 9 and actually started playing in the top 6 through the second and third period with Shane Wright and Cole Perfetti. So I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts on that, maybe even like his play or anything like that.
I mean, it's not like he was like, oh my God, this guy's terrible or this guy's. The big thing he wasn't like a jaw-dropping player, but it is the World Juniors. It is some of the best players. It is the best players in that age group, right?
And he's an 05.
Exactly. This is the best players for our age, and he's 3 years
younger. Connor McDavid was like, there's only a few guys that play when they're 3 years younger than everyone else. Also, Ty Voigt's an 03. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, but he'll probably play next year.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, he's really good. He's doing really well in the OHL.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys are right. Speaking of right, Shane Wright, also an underager. I thought Connor Bedard and Shane Wright, they played well together. They created a few chances. They didn't obviously put anything together. Bedard did have an assist though on the third goal to tie the game in the first period. I thought that was pretty good. You know, he barely played and he got an assist.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you guys don't have any thoughts, we also have Matvei Michkov, who scored 2 goals today for Russia.
Yeah, but he's in a stupid situation though.
Yeah, we've
because he's signed in the KHL till 2026.
I know.
It's just dumb. It's stupid. I don't get it, but
yeah, if you're that good, I don't know why he would do that, but
yeah. Well, I mean,
pretty dumb.
But did you see? I don't know if he scored the one that literally
just
got the one that just got thrown into Wallstead.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I guess I can talk about this because you guys have Bedard and Michkov to fight over. I guess I would say I'm a firm believer in Wallstead. I'd say that's my outside of any Canadians and Leaf prospects. Like Canadian players and Leaf prospects. I don't give a shit about Montreal. Wallstead would be believer. I don't know. He's been in this tournament for a while. He was in like the U18 one, right? And I don't know. He's so calm, collected, and he just gets it done. And he also looks really good doing it. Like he's got a pretty sick setup. But I don't know. I think like I can't believe that was called a goal. Like imagine that was like the gold, like obviously it wasn't, but imagine that was the gold medal winning goal. Like I don't know, but I mean it wasn't a Sveshnikov or Michigan like he normally does, but it was a weird one. But yeah, I think Wallstead's gonna be scary. If any goalie's gonna be scary, it's gonna be him because he's been in this tournament so many times. You'd think Askarov as well, but this guy's literally just cheese when he enters the Swiss cheese when he enters the juniors.
I don't know. Askarov might throw a stick at you.
Yeah. So did you guys watch the Sweden game or is it the?
Yeah,
you did
a little bit of it.
You watched the Russia Sweden. Did you watch the? There was one more game.
The Finland game.
Finland.
Yeah.
Finland Germany. Did you watch that one? Yeah. No, you didn't, Eric.
I did not.
Finland looks decent.
Yeah.
There's 2 Leaf.
But Germany put up a good fight.
Yeah, they did. So. 2 Leaf prospects on Finland. Niemela and Hirvonen.
Niemela's still playing.
Dude, Niemela is so good.
He is so good.
Niemela is gross. Wait, I looked up his stats. He's playing in Liga, like in the pro league in Finland.
Yeah.
Right? And he's a defenseman. Okay. And he has 24 points in 31 games as a defenseman in the pro league in Finland. And he's an 0-2.
Wow.
Damn.
So he's pretty good. And then Hirvonen's like, he's also in Liga, but he's not doing as well.
Yeah,
he's got like
me and Jude did a player profiles on these guys in our Leafs prospect video.
On Hirvonen and Niemela?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Niemela's breaking out this season because he 24 points in 31 games is really good.
Yeah, we did ours before the season. I didn't even know that's like those are crazy stats.
Yeah.
We
need to do another prospect video.
We'll definitely do another prospect video like soon. I want to do it in the next few days actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the World Juniors are going on. It's like prospects, everyone's up in the air. So it's like, yeah. And then, I was getting upset because of Matthew Nice scored. Matthew Nice is that. Prospect.
We'll see. You can rip us next podcast.
Yeah.
He's nasty. He's underrated. He just scored. He's at Minnesota this year, and he's the 3rd leading scorer on Minnesota, and he's an 0-2. So
that's pretty good.
So yeah, and NCAA. So, anyways,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just have one more point to bring up. I actually thought of this. Okay. I'm gonna go now.
What's your point? What's your idea?
Matvei is Michkov an 04 and 05.
He's an 05.
He's either an early 05 or a late.
Bedard's age.
Okay. Yeah, but I think Bedard's an early 05 and Michkov's just a late 04.
Maybe.
something like that. Whatever.
Either way, they're in the
Both
same
young.
draft. Yeah.
Right. If Michkov plays in Russia and honors that contract, which I'm pretty sure he is obligated to do, like there's no way of getting out of that contract, he will probably play in the World Juniors for the next 4 years and could possibly be the greatest World Junior player of all time.
He can't.
What do you mean he can't?
It's there's an age limit, isn't there?
Yeah, I know, but if he's there for the next 4 years, he's only 16.
Sure, he is only 16. I forgot.
Yeah, so he can play for he can play 4 seasons.
Well, even if he's a late
Wallstead, I think, has already played 3.
If he's a late 04, like you're saying, he can only play 2 more years.
Yeah.
Because the limit this year is 02.
Yeah.
If you're 02 on January 31st, or sorry, December 31st and down, you can't.
Okay. But like regardless, he can still, I mean, if he's putting up these numbers as a double underager.
Yeah. Sure, he has 2 goals in 1 game.
Yeah, he could.
He's a goal scorer. He's an absolute crazy goal scorer. That's just who he is. And I'm just really pissed that he's not going to be able to do it in the NHL until he's 25.
Yeah.
Because or 23 or whatever it is. It's like Kaprizov. It's like Kaprizov. He was. The thing is, if you're that good, it doesn't take you that long to develop, like we were saying before.
Yeah.
When you're 18, you're pretty good, right? He's 16 right now, and he's scoring. He has 2 goals in his first game in the World Juniors against the best players on Team Finland, who are some of the best in the world.
Sweden,
whatever, right? So even better, right? So it's like he's gonna be. They're like, oh yeah, like the announcers in the Canada game were talking about Michkov, and they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna have a good amount of time till 2026 to develop in the KHL before he shows up as a star in the NHL. It's like, come on, he's gonna have he's gonna be developed by the time he's 2023 when he's drafted.
Yeah.
Right? But then he's got to wait 3 whole years until he can even go touch the NHL. It's kind of.
I mean, for me, I'm putting my whole house on Rookie of the Year for Michkov. I'm betting my whole house on it.
When he's 26, yeah, or 23 or whatever. Yeah, me too, buddy. But I mean, I guess like we think about 2026, it's like, wow, that's so long from now. But I guess if he's a 2023 draft, right? That means he's playing in 23, 24.
Yeah.
24, 25, 25, 26. That's 3 years in the KHL before he enters. So then you get drafted when you're 18. So he's only going to be 21, actually.
Yeah, it's like a real Kaprizov situation.
But Kaprizov is much older.
Yeah, Kaprizov was like 25.
Yeah. But like, think about how much of an impact Kaprizov made.
Already,
They didn't want to take the risk and bring him to the Wild. Contract stuff like that. Look how much it paid off.
Kaprizov's a lower pick. He was what, 3rd round?
No, he was 7th round.
So there you go. So that's like, this guy is a consent, like he's a potential 1st overall pick, right? So a 1st overall pick to not enter the league for 3 years after he's drafted. 1st overall picks enter the league right away. Mm-hmm. Usually, think about it. Owen Power didn't. He's like the first one since like 2010 or something stupid like that. Like it's rare that a 1st overall pick or even 2nd overall pick, 1st and 2nd overall pick are almost always in the league right away. If you think about the last even just few years, right? It's like go back to Matthews Line A, Heischer and Patrick
Yakupov played his first year. Like
who?
Yakupov played his first year.
There you go. So it's like,
yeah. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. We're definitely going to talk a lot more about the World Juniors in the future. I mean, it's World Junior Week, whatever. So we'll be on the topic for the next few days, especially since the NHL is on a pause right now. And of course, if the Leafs games come back, I don't know. There's a bunch of guys in protocols. We'll also cover those.
I don't think they're I don't think they're going to be playing the 28th. I think because that's a game I'm supposed to go to. And Dubas said that we're missing a goaltender and a defenseman. He's not saying anything. I'm pretty sure it's Muzzin and Campbell or Muzzin and Mrazek, and we don't have spots to fill on the taxi squad.
Did you see who was at practice today?
No.
There was like 4 No, there was like 10 guys at practice today or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
and it was
God.
like Joey Anderson
No.
and Steve's
No.
and yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, I don't think they can legally play on the
Yeah.
28th. So I missed that game.
I mean, the 28th is in 2 days.
Yeah. And they have
So,
10 guys.
It's the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's Nylander just got COVID. Muzzin just
Yeah.
got COVID today. There's a bunch of guys that are going to be out.
Campbell got it like a week ago. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching the Buds in the Box podcast.